we've had a problem here.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is while you're watching this. Recently I put a film up extolling the virtues of the GoPro Hero 8 inbuilt image stabilisation and compared it to a Hero 5 and a Hero 3. Also in the past I've done comparisons about battery life, file sizes and everything else, and also the low light capabilities of the various cameras. One thing that's reared its ugly head in the last few months is the fact that the GoPro Hero 8 battery is blimmin' awful because they fail. Keeping them either in the camera or charging them externally in a battery charger, they will swell up over time. Now, if this was one battery, I'd put it down as sod's law, but it's all three. Now, with a battery life of an hour, when most of my riding is 7 or 8 hours on a longer trip, at least 2 or 3 on a shorter one, this is a problem because when you're trying to swap out batteries, they're so swollen, they're difficult to get out of the camera, and in one case, I've managed to pull off the end of the battery. You can bang it out, but that's not really what you should be doing. So I measured a nominal battery and a used one. The nominal one we'll get onto in a tick, and you'll see that the used one has swollen an awful lot. This shouldn't be happening on modern batteries. Unfortunately, mine are going to be out of warranty now, so I've just got to suck it up. But there is a solution. I bought the camera new from GoPro, and then about a month later, because of the short battery life, bought a 2-pack of batteries and a battery charger, and I say all 3 of these have failed. But if you go online and look up all batteries, they will sell you a generic GoPro battery. This doesn't only work in the Hero 8, it also works in the Hero 5 that I bought second hand through a work colleague. These batteries have been used far more than the original ones have because I bought a total of 3 plus the 2 that came with the Hero 5, and charging them up in the camera, in the charger, they don't swell up. So the generics are actually better than the genuine GoPro ones. Looking on the GoPro website, their current camera is the Hero 12, and that shows the same type of battery. These are probably CGI mock-ups because not many people anymore take photos of actual product, but you can see the design looks exactly the same. Now, not only this, but a battery 7 years older and in continual use, charged in the camera and also in a battery cradle, isn't showing any signs of swelling and is still, I think, about 90 to 95% of its original capacity. Not bad for something that's been charged up a lot over the years and would by now normally be starting to fail. This is for my GoPro Hero 3, and I've actually got 4 of these cameras. I bought 1 new and 3 second hand, and they're very good cameras. The inbuilt image stabilisation is pretty much non-existent, but I mount these cameras on a very stable point of the bike and they're perfectly good enough, and you get a lot of recording time out of not only the batteries but also the SD cards or micro SD cards. Now, if you're going to buy a GoPro, they're certainly very good cameras. There's some good and bad reviews about the latest Hero 12, but some of the earlier ones bought second hand look like pretty good deals, to be honest. And once the second hand price of a Hero 8 drops below 100 quid or so, I'll probably get a couple in the shopping basket because they're useful for when you need image stabilisation, such as on the rear of the Himalayan during the Scramalayan days. For the forward facing camera, I tend to use the Hero 5. So the genuine GoPro batteries are going to end up in the battery recycling box before I take them all to the local tip to get them all recycled. But come on, GoPro, you need to do better than this. The generics are better than yours, really. Personally, I would buy a GoPro charger. The one for the Hero 5 is the same as the one for the Hero 8, and it appears for the later ones as well, and get myself a handful of generic batteries, which certainly seem to be a lot better. This being said, GoPro seem to be falling into the same trap stroke requirement of people for wanting a new product every 5 minutes. I had a quick look at the GoPro website and found a table of how often they release cameras, and in some years they're releasing 4 cameras. They've got marginal differences, and the year-on-year differences appear to be marginal as well. Now, I would say let's leave it 2 years, work on a really good update, a very long battery life, good image stabilisation, and punt that out to the market. But the trouble is, people like me would put up with something like that. A lot of influencers and creators and whatever else they like to be known as, they will want the latest 8K 4K super duper image stabilised camera and don't really worry about the battery life because their films aren't going to be that long. Me, I'd be happy with a larger camera, larger battery. Give me something that will do a genuine 5 hours recording time when the battery's 2 years old, and yeah, I'll snap it up. I don't need 4K, 8K, whatever imaginary K people think they want for tellies that are far too large for what you really need. If you want to make films, you might have to fork out for proper film camera equipment. But for those of us that just want to do the occasional video, give us the option for having something that has a longer battery life, good image stabilisation, and we won't have to update every 5 minutes to keep on top of the latest trend. Anyway, that's my whinging over for now. I got absolutely soaked on the day that I'm recording this, getting one of my bikes in for a service and a couple of new tyres, so once I dried out I might cheer up a little bit, but I wouldn't put any money on that. Anyway, stay safe, stay upright, stay filming. Catch you later. Bye. Catch you later.